All right, we are live. It looks like let me see if YouTube is letting y'all know that I'm live. Let me see here. Give me a second. Let me refresh. I think we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. And we are here. We are back in the building, baby, for our weekly Bears Yard live stream. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. So I was planning on coming on here tonight and talking with you all about the Bears schedule. But the content gods were like, Vipe, no. We have other things to discuss tonight because this Caleb Williams bombshell that dropped must be discussed. Yeah, everybody's talking about it, so there's no way in hell I could come on here on Bears Yard today and not talk about the Caleb Williams bombshell. Oh my Lord. So yeah. There's a guy named Seth Wickersham who I think is an ESPN columnist or whatever, and he's writing a book. I think called American Kings, something to do with NFL, the plight of the quarterback or something like that. But he's writing a book about quarterbacks and their experiences in the NFL, and Caleb Williams is featured in the book. So there are some tidbits about Caleb Williams' pre-draft process as it involved the Chicago Bears, and holy crap, man. A lot of things that people were saying before the Bears drafted Caleb about how he didn't want to come to Chicago. He had trepidations. Him and the family had concerns. Turns out they were all correct, which is interesting because I think Colin Cowherd was one of the first people that came out before the draft and like, yeah, Caleb Williams' family has issues. They got concerns about Chicago, but nobody really wanted to believe him at the time. But turns out Cowherd was on to something. He was correct. Because Caleb Williams and his father definitely had concerns about coming to Chicago, as they talked about in this book with Seth Wickersham. Caleb Williams' father was concerned about the Bears' inability to have like a modern NFL offense and their inability to have like developed NFL quarterbacks. Most recently, the failures of Justin Fields and Mitch Trubisky. So they were concerned about that. For whatever reason, Caleb Williams' father alluded to the stadium uncertainty. I don't know why the stadium stuff would be any concern to you as related to your son getting into the NFL, but the stadium stuff popped up in there. But I think the biggest issue that Caleb Williams' father had, Carl Williams, that's his name, that he had, is with the rookie cap, the rookie salary cap, and how it's structured. He is no fan of it. Said it's the worst thing in sports history. It was so bad that Carl Williams wanted to find a way to circumvent the NFL draft because he did not want Caleb going to the Bears. It is crazy. Hey, Jeep guy, what's up, bro? How you doing? Said Bear down, brother. That's right, Bear down, my guy. Good to see you up in here. Said Justin Fields really got hold. Yeah, I'll get to Justin Fields later on, but there's definitely Bear fans out there that are bringing up memories of Justin Fields and stuff, and I think they need to calm down with that stuff a little bit, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so in the book, it was highlighted about how Caleb Williams and Carl Williams, they both had trepidations about Caleb going to the Chicago Bears. It was so bad that I think it was Carl Williams or Caleb, I think it was Carl though, who actually floated around the idea of Caleb Williams playing in the UFL, y'all. They actually thought about sending that man to the United Football League, like just so he wouldn't get drafted by the Bears. Now, can't you imagine that? Because obviously, if he plays in the UFL or whatever, well, not obviously, but had he played in the UFL, then I think he would have became an unrestricted free agent or whatever, and then he could have went to any team that he wanted after that season or something like that. Erica, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you, Erica. Hopefully you're doing well. Bear down to you. Appreciate you being here. What's going on? But ultimately, what it came down to for Caleb Williams himself. Oh, actually, let me get back up here. I'm jumping ahead here. The other thing is that Caleb Williams himself had concerns about Shane Waldron. Bruh. Caleb Williams had concerns about Shane Waldron before the Bears even drafted him. Now, I don't know how you could have concerns about Shane Waldron, but I guess he's been talking to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who used to play under Shane Waldron in Seattle, and he must have saw that clip that Jackson Smith-Njigba did with CHGO like 2 years ago. And yeah, Caleb was not a fan of the idea of playing under Shane Waldron, and now we see what happened with that. how it played off. So it turned out that Caleb Williams was absolutely correct about his unwillingness to play under Shane Waldron. And the other thing that was highlighted a few months ago, but it kind of came back up to light today, was that Caleb Williams had none of the coaches on that Matt Eberflus staff helping him watch film or watching film with him. He basically said he had to turn it on, watch it himself. Nobody will help him. Now, you got people out there like Clay Harbor and Emmanuel Acho talking about Caleb Williams should have asked somebody to learn how to watch film or whatever if he didn't know how. Are we going to really assume that the man didn't ask? Are we going to assume that? I'm going to assume that he asked. I think somebody said that he should have asked Tom Brady. What? How are you going to ask an NFL owner to watch of another team to help you watch film? Like, that just sounds dumb as hell. Like, some people really don't think before they say things. But asking people like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady how to watch film, like that, no. I mean, could he have done it? Maybe, but that's not, no, absolutely not. The Chicago Bears should have been in the film room with him, helping him develop. Now, Emmanuel Acho seems to have this belief that he should have learned how to watch film in college, this, that, and the other, and he should have asked whatever, this, that, and the other. First off, watching film in college is nothing like watching NFL film. NFL defenses are far more complex than what Caleb saw in college. So him, even if he watched film in college, I'm pretty sure he did that, him watching film in college would have little to no bearing on him watching film in the NFL because the defenses are so much more complex and he probably doesn't even know what he's looking at half the time because of that. But we're going to expect him to just have his film watching in college translate to the NFL. No, his coaches should have been in the damn film room with him, helping him learn how to watch film. And clearly they weren't. They didn't because we had what we got. Now, shout out to Caleb, though. He figured it out to some extent. The man went out there and threw for over 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Had a pretty damn good rookie season and broke a lot of Bear passing records along the way. So, I mean, damn. For a guy who didn't know how to watch film, he did a pretty damn good job as a rookie quarterback. I'm just saying. Eric says, Caleb is glad to be in Chicago now. Got the best offensive-minded head coach in the NFL. He will be great. Yeah, we'll get to that Ben Johnson stuff in a minute. But, yeah, absolutely. She says, fraudulent is a joke and shouldn't be in the NFL. Yeah, I don't understand, bro. I don't understand how Shane Waldron wasn't in there helping him watch film. I don't understand. If the OC job to watch film with his QB, Shane was awful. Yeah, I don't know how Shane got away with not helping out Caleb watch film. I don't know how he got away with that. I don't understand it. It's kind of weird, right? So going back to the pre-draft stuff, right? At the combine, you know, obviously Caleb met with the Bears because they had the first overall pick, but he also met with the Vikings and Kevin O'Connell. And apparently he hit it off so well with Kevin O'Connell because obviously Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Vikings now, he used to be a quarterback in both college and the NFL, and they kind of hit it off. Caleb entertained the idea of trying to find his way to the Minnesota Vikings. Now, obviously, that didn't happen, and it wasn't going to happen. And Ryan Pope made it abundantly clear to Caleb, like, yo, we're drafting you regardless of how you feel. We were drafting you no matter what. So even though Caleb had machinations of maybe somehow getting to the Vikings, it was just not going to happen under Ryan Pope watching. Kudos to Ryan Pope for putting his foot down. But here's the thing. Once it became abundantly clear that the Bears were going to draft Caleb, Carl Williams, his father, thought about how to best get Caleb Williams out of that situation. And he went so far as to say that he thought about attacking the Bears publicly, attacking the Bears in such a way that made the situation unattainable or whatever to force the Bears' hand. But Caleb himself said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route. Caleb was quoted as saying that he was not ready to nuke the city of Chicago. Good on him. Because had they done that, had they found a way or tried to make it in such a way that they tried to force themselves out of being drafted by the Bears, oh boy, could you imagine how the league and NFL fans would have taken that? They would have not taken it well, fam. Regardless of what you think about the Bears and their inability to develop quarterbacks, the Bears are one of the most revered franchises in the NFL. They are a literal NFL charter franchise. I cannot imagine a rookie quarterback trying to force himself out of Chicago. That would have went all types of bad for Caleb Williams. Might have ended his career before it even started, to be honest. Like, seriously, it might have ended his career before it even started. Before he ever took an NFL snap, his career might have been over with. Like, that would have went way bad. And I know what y'all think. Yo, well, Elway did it, and Eli did it, and all this stuff. That's cool and that's cute and that's whatnot. But they weren't trying to get away from Chicago, bro. It would have been bad. It would have been terrible for Caleb. So he himself said, no, we're not doing that. Kudos to Caleb for not doing that, because that would have just completely wrecked his NFL career from Jump Street. And that ain't no way to go into the NFL. Yeah. Like Booty Snatcher said, he would have been hated more than Shador. Like, he would have wrecked his whole career, bam, like, wrecked it before it even started. So he took a pre-draft visit to Highland Hall. I think it was the only visit that he took, because, again, the Bears were the number one pick overall. And it was at the pre-draft visit to Highland Hall that he met with Ryan Pogue, and Ryan Pogue convinced him to want to come to Chicago. And then Caleb went back and told his dad that, listen, I'm going to go to the Bears. He said, I can do it for the team. I'm going to go to the Bears. So whatever reservations that Caleb had beforehand were kind of soothed once he took the pre-draft visit to Highland Hall. So shout out to Caleb Williams for having the reservations, but still putting himself in a situation that he might not have enjoyed, but still put himself in there because he wanted to do right by the fans and the league at large. Because he might have been able to force himself out of Chicago. I mean, Caleb Williams, he was like the most hyped up quarterback in the past decade. He might have been able to pull it off. Again, it would have been ugly for him, but he might have been able to pull it off, but he chose not to. He chose to stick it out and play for the Chicago Bears, and unfortunately for him, the first year did not go that well, even though he did put up damn good statistics, but overall, the first year kind of went south. Matt Eberflus, Shane Waldron, the whole staff were fired, and now you got Ben Johnson in here, who Caleb wanted. Johnson wanted Caleb. Caleb wanted Johnson. Now you got probably the best coaching staff the Bears have had in years here, between Declan Doyle, Antoine Randall, Dennis Allen, Al Harris. I mean, these boys are loaded. And then the Bears went out and got him a retooled offensive line, and then they drafted him more weapons like Colston Loveland and Luther Burden. So they have done everything in their power to make this a much better situation for Caleb in year 2 than in year 1. So as a lot of people are saying out there on the airwave, Caleb Williams now in year 2 has the most pressure out of anybody in his organization, because the Bears literally broke their back to put him in the best situation possible. Now it's time for him to go out and deliver. And to his credit, it does seem like he's putting in the time. I think both Ben Johnson and Declan Doyle have stated that he's been in the lab after hours trying to figure things out. So kudos to him for putting in the extra time. I mean, he should. He's the quarterback. But still, the fact that he's actually doing it is pretty legit. So I appreciate that. Yeah, like G guys said, no more excuses. It is time for Caleb to go out there and get it done. You should have everything that you need to be productive. You are not going to get sacked 68 times in this offense. Not with that offensive line. Not with the way Ben Johnson maps out his offense and play calls. Like, you're not getting sacked 68 times. That if you get sacked 68 times this year, it's your fault, probably, bro. you can't blame Ben Johnson in the offense. You can't do it. So Caleb has decided to work with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson obviously has decided to work with Caleb. And what is the moral of the story, right? So obviously this story came out because a book is being written, and the book's not being released until September, but they're doing the book press tour, I guess. And that's why this stuff came out today. Ultimately, though, y'all, let me tell y'all something. None of this matters, because we're talking about things that happened in the past. The Bears fired Matt Eberflus and his entire staff. Fired them. They brought in Ben Johnson, paying Ben Johnson $13 million a year to coach Caleb Williams up. He wanted Ben Johnson. They gave him Ben Johnson. And then they gave Ben Johnson a damn good staff. They improved his offensive line. So he's playing with a damn good offensive line this year, by all accounts. They gave him more weapons. He had weapons last year, but now he has more weapons this year with the additions of Colston Loveland, Luther Burden. They also signed Devin Duvernay and Olamide Zaccheaus and different things like that. So they gave him more weapons, a better offensive line. Unfortunately, they didn't really give him an improvement at running back, but Cal Monungai might be a sleeper this year. Don't sleep on Cal Monungai. So he has everything that he needs to be a productive NFL quarterback in year 2. Now it is up to him to get it done. And I think he will. Like, again, this is one of the most hyped quarterbacks of the past decade. And now he has been given the tools to go out there and succeed with the best offensive-minded coach in football. So I expect big things from Caleb Williams in year 2, and so should you. But ultimately, this story doesn't really mean nothing because, again, the Bears are a different team and a different organization from the one that Caleb came into last year. So that's why I feel like this story is noise. It doesn't mean anything. Ben Johnson was talking about it a little bit today on Colin Cowherd's show. He said that Caleb is committed to being a Bear. He thinks that Caleb is going to be the Bears' first 4,000-yard passer probably this year. So Ben Johnson is excited, and he is very optimistic about what Caleb can do in the offense. So this story is moot. It doesn't matter. Like, the past is over with. It is time for Caleb to move on and face year 2 with everything that he has at his disposal because, man, he has a lot. G got that Ben Johnson was ready to take the Bears job last year. Can you imagine Caleb in his second year of Ben's offense? Ben Johnson said he wouldn't have took the job last year. That he was actually asked about this like a few months ago, and Ben Johnson said that he would not have taken this job last year. Now, was he lying or whatnot? I don't know, but I'm going to take him at his word. He said he wouldn't have taken a job. He wouldn't have taken a job, but he is here now. So we have the hottest coaching candidate in years as our head coach. So it's time for Caleb to go to work and get things done. Hey, Valiant, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? He said, but the real question is Caleb better than Trevor Lawrence? I would think so. You know, it's funny, like when we talk about the quarterback comparisons and whatnot, and people will try to say that Trevor Lawrence had more hype coming out than Caleb. No, he didn't. Caleb Williams was the most hyped quarterback coming out of college since Andrew Luck. Trevor Lawrence did not have that much hype as Caleb Williams. I'm sorry, he just didn't. We've been talking about Caleb Williams for like 2 years before he even got to the NFL, fam. Like, what are we talking about here? Don't be giving me this Trevor Lawrence. I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is garbage, but he wasn't the type that Caleb Williams. Not at all. No, sir. No, he wasn't. No. Get out of here. Hey, my man, Mr. Toriano, what's up, bro? He said, I'm sure a lot of players didn't want to. Oh, I can't. Why is this thing? Okay, there. Mr. Winston said, I'm sure a lot of players didn't want to be drafted by a certain team, but Chicago has done the job of getting him putting him in a winning situation. Fact. You were absolutely right. I mean, Malik Neighbors looked like he didn't want to go to New York last year, but he still went out there and put up numbers. So, I mean, hey, once you get drafted, it's about what you do and how you respond. Like, you got to go out there and get it done. And again, to Caleb's credit, even with all the dysfunction around the Bears last year, he still went out and produced 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He had a 62% passer completion percentage. Like, he wasn't a scrub. Like, the dude for a rookie had damn good numbers, even though his coaching was just absolute trash. So, if last year was his floor, just imagine what his ceiling can be now that he has competent coaching behind him. Like, it is about to be demon time for Caleb Williams here in year 2, fam. We about to be in full demon season. I am here for it. I think it's amazing. And damn, it's going to be great watching. I appreciate y'all being here and rocking out with your boy. If you are rocking with the content and you appreciate what your boy does, feel free to consider donating to the channel. There's a link that is pinned at the top of your live chat. For me, that's better than you super chat because I get more of your money and I get it quicker. So please consider donating. It doesn't matter how much you can donate, no matter how big, no matter how small. If you are willing to donate, the link is right there pinned at the top of your live chat. Any amount would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And thank you all again for tuning in. But now, with that out of the way, now we need to go and, as soon as I can bring it up here, we need to go and talk about the Bears 2025 NFL schedule because I think a lot of people are saying that it's tough, and it could be, but I think the Bears have a lot of winnable games on that schedule. So I'm going to bring it up here and go game by game here with y'all and let y'all know what games I think we could win, what games I think we might lose. Spoiler alert, I think we could win more than we'll lose because that's just how I am. But we going to go here and please feel free to let me know your thoughts in the chat too as we do this. But yeah, we're about to go out here and do the damn thing. So booyah. All right, yeah, here we go. All right, so Chicago Bears 2025 season schedule. Let's go. All right, so we're going to start from regular season. I don't really care about the preseason. So regular season, week 1, Monday Night Football, Bears Vikings on the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago. This is an automatic W, fam. The Bears are winning this game. First of all, The Vikings are going to be starting a rookie quarterback. Now, yes, I know technically that J.J. McCarthy is not a rookie, but he has yet to take an NFL snap in his career. Because remember, J.J. McCarthy suffered a season-ending injury in the preseason of last year, so he never made it to the regular season. So, number one, he's going to be a rookie quarterback. Number two, he's coming off an injury. And number three, Ben Johnson has owned Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores. Owned that man lately. Owned him. Now, you can say that that was with the Lions. But again, he's head coach of the Bears now, and I think that the Bears have more talent than those Lions teams. So, I fully expect the Bears to stomp the Vikings' ass. I fully expect us to stomp them out. This should be at least a 2-touchdown victory. At least 2 touchdowns, bro. I have no hope for the Vikings in game 1. No hope. So that is a Bears win. So we're now going to start off 1-0. G got that Bears bye week after week 4. Yeah, week 5, which is kind of lame. It's kind of what happened to Detroit last year, so that sucked, but it is what it is. What can you do? All right, we got Spartacus and the Chicago Bears will win the Coke game. They have lost against certain favorite games they should have won. I guess. Let's see. They will win 10 games this year. Yeah, I think we're winning more than that, but let's see. Antron, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. All right. So 1-0. We're stomping the Vikings out. We're 1-0. Week 2, we're going to Detroit. A new game on Fox. Now, this could be a toss-up. But here's the thing. I expect Detroit to regress this year because they lost 2 of their best assets in the offseason. They lost Ben Johnson and they lost Aaron Glenn, their defensive coordinator. They lost their offensive and defensive coordinator in Detroit. Okay? They're going to take a step back. You don't lose that type of talent on your coaching staff and get better. It's just not happening. So, this game is in Detroit, so it's going to be tougher. But this is Ben Johnson coming back to Detroit. And Ben Johnson, I don't know if y'all know this, but the dude is he remembers things, and he has kind of a vindictive streak. Like he's a little asshole, babe. Ben Johnson's he's like one of those jock dudes that like can be an asshole sometimes. So I expect him to be highly motivated for this game at Detroit. I expect the Bears to win a close one here. The other thing is that Ben Johnson knows that team like the back of his hand. So I fully expect Ben Johnson and the Bears to go into Detroit week 2 and beat the Lions in a close game. I'm not going to say the Bears are going to stomp them out, but I think it's going to be a close game, but the Bears will ultimately win week 2. So we're up to 2-0, which takes us to week 3. The Cowboys are coming to Chicago in a late afternoon game on Fox. Bro, no. The Cowboys, Matt Eberflus is not coming back to Soldier Field and beating the Bears. Absolutely, positively not. Brian Schottenheimer, Matt Eberflus, no. And then you got Dak. Bro, get out of here. Stop playing. 3-0. The Bears will win this game. And I almost want to say the Bears are going to stomp them out, but the Cowboys have talent, so they might keep it competitive. But I expect the Bears to beat the Cowboys in week 3. I don't see the Cowboys beating the Bears. Now with Matt Eberflus. Get out of here. Matt Eberflus does not have we are not giving Matt Eberflus a revenge game for everything that he did to us. Are you kidding me? Hell no. Do you know how motivated the Bears are going to be to play Matt Eberflus defense? Bruh. The Bears are about to be uber motivated in week 3. Like just to shit on Matt Eberflus. So, because of that, the Bears are going to roll over the Cowboys. Again, it might be closer than that, but I expect the Bears to just beat the hell out of them. So, 3-0. We're starting off 3-0, fam. Okay. I promise you, we're going to lose some games here. But not really anytime soon. But 3-0, Bears win against the Cowboys, which takes us to week 4. We're going to Las Vegas. Who do they have? Besides Ashton Genty, who do they have? Okay, wait, my bad. They have Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers and Geno Smith. I mean, Brock, what? Am I supposed to be scared of Geno Smith? Really? Now, Pete Carroll, he's a damn good coach. I'm not going to shortchange Pete Carroll, but he doesn't have much with that team. The Bears should beat them. I'm sorry. The Bears should win that game just because they have much more talent than the Raiders. Okay? It is what it is. So, 4-0, I say the Bears win by 10 points against the Raiders. Because, again, the Raiders, they don't have much. They don't have much to compete with the Bears. I'm sorry. 4-0. Which brings us to the bye week, week 5. So we're going to week 6 at Washington. Bro. 5-0. I'm sorry. We are not losing to the Commanders again. It's not happening, okay? Do you know how much this game from last year have been talked about? Like, just how bad it went south for the Bears last season after they lost to the Commanders. Do you really think the Bears are not going to be uber hyped for this game? I mean, Ben Johnson is going to make sure they are ready as hell for this one particular game in particular, okay? It is going down on Monday night. I think it's a Monday night game. Monday Night Football, yep. Going into Washington, I fully expect the Bears to beat their ass, okay? I would not be surprised if the Bears beat their ass, just off of principle, okay? Because Washington got away with one last year. They should have lost yet last year, but the Fail Mary got us. But I expect the Bears to beat their ass in Washington because Ben Johnson is going to be motivated. The whole Bears team is going to be motivated. And we're going to be 5-0 when this game is over. So the Bears are winning that game in Washington 5-0, which takes us to week 7 against the Saints. Again, who do the Saints? The Saints might be starting a rookie quarterback themselves in Tyler Shaw since Derek Carr is retiring. And the Saints don't really have much either. The Bears are going to win that game at Soldier Field 6-0. So we're up to 6-0. Now, that takes us to week 8 at Baltimore. Okay, so here's where we get our first L, I think. Because again, we talk about Lamar Jackson in his house. The Baltimore Ravens are an annual playoff team. I don't know if the Bears are going into Baltimore and beating the Ravens. Like, I don't know. I don't see that. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the Bears are going to win every game. I'm not going to Adam rank y'all. I'm not going to Adam rank y'all. Okay, but I feel like this Bears team is uber talented, and we have one of the best coaching people on the sidelines now. I just think the Bears are going to be a lot better than people think they are. But this game against the Ravens, I don't expect us to win. If we could, can we win it? We could win it. I just don't expect us to. So this is an L. So we are now 6-1. Actually, is that right? Hold on. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 5-1. So we'll be 5-1 after that game. So I think the Ravens are going to win. But then we go to Cincinnati. And I know Joe Burrow is amazing and whatnot. But, wait, what? What? Volume said Crappie. What? Oh, who Crappie? I don't know what you're talking about. Crappie. Oh, Max Crappie. Okay, never mind. So they got Max. That's not enough. That ain't enough. The Bears are winning that game. Anyway, that's not enough. We're losing at Baltimore, so we go to Cincinnati next week. I think we can beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals because the Bengals don't play defense. And going against the Ben Johnson-led Bears team that has all the weapons that they have, and the Bears have good defense, yeah, I don't see the Bears losing to the Bengals. So that means we're 6-1. Going into week 10 here, the Giants at home at noon on Fox. The Giants get Abdul Carter. They got some good pieces there. They don't have a quarterback. Like, who's the Giants quarterback? Oh, Russell Wilson? Oh, get that. Stop playing. Right, it's Russ? Oh, that's right. They got Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart. Yeah, no, I'm not convinced. The Bears are going 7-1. They're beating the Giants because they don't have the horses to back with the Bears. 7-1. Yeah. The Bears are beating the Giants, which means we go to Minnesota. Now, I had them beating the Vikings' ass in week 1 because they're coming to Soldier Field. But this time around, I think the Vikings aren't going to be completely trash. I do respect Kevin O'Connell. It's always tough to go into Minnesota and play and win. So I will give Minnesota the game. I think they can win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won, but this is a game that I do not expect the Bears to lose. I don't expect the Bears to win this game, excuse me. So 7-2. We're losing to Minnesota. So, again, I'm not homering you all. We're losing to the Ravens. We're losing to the Vikings, okay? That just is what it is. We'll be fine. That means we are going back home to face the Steelers in week 12. So we're 7-2. We're facing the Steelers. And who do the Steelers have, bro? Who do the Steelers... Wait, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean you can't see the game? Wait, why is it not... Oh, okay, hold on. My bad. There we go. Okay. So we're at week 12, Steelers. My bad. Thanks, my man. Thanks, Mr. Winston. I appreciate you, bro. I didn't realize I was not scrolling properly. My bad. Oops. My bad. All right, so week 12, Pittsburgh comes to Chicago. Again, who do they have besides who do they draft? Oh, they drafted Derek Harmon and whatever. But who do they have at quarterback? They may or may not have Aaron Rodgers, and even if they have Aaron Rodgers, they have a washed-up version of Aaron Rodgers. I'm not scared of him. Like, seriously, who is on the Steelers quarterback? Who's in their quarterback room right now? I don't even know. The Steelers haven't been right for a while. That team has been mid for the last few years. Mike Tomlin has barely been getting by. So I fully expect the Bears to beat the Steelers, which then takes us to 8-2, I think. I think that's right. 8-2, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I think 8-2. The Bears beat the Steelers, which then means we go to Philadelphia. Philadelphia for week 13. Mr. Winston said the Steelers have no one Tomlin will have a losing season. Which is crazy because he has never had a losing season in his entire coach career. He has never had a losing season. So he's going to have one possibly this time. But yeah, the Bears are beating the Steelers. That makes us 8-2 on the year. And then we go to Philadelphia. In Lincoln Financial Field, late in the season, they're going to be full rocking, full tilt. And this is the Black Friday game on Prime Video. I don't see the Bears beating the Super Bowl champions this late in the season. After I mean, if we would have played them like week 1, I would have been like, hell yeah, Bears win. But week 13, when they're lathered up and they gotten some games under their belt, yeah, I think the Bears are taking an L here. So I do have the Bears taking an L at Philadelphia. So that's 8-3. So we're 8-3 so far. And we get to Green Bay. And then we go to Green Bay next week for week 14. I'm just going to give you all a full alert. The Packers aren't winning any games this year against the Bears. The Bears can sweep them this year, okay? The Packers don't scare me anymore. We're going to annihilate them in both games. So that brings us to 9-3. The Browns have like 5 quarterbacks, which means they have none. We're winning that game. So that takes us to 10-3. And then the Packers again. So that's 11-3. Because again, the Packers are not beating us at all this year. Just not happening at all. San Francisco, that's an interesting game. Again, who do they? I mean, they lost Joey Bosa. I think. Oh no, they have Nick Bosa. They didn't lose him. I'm thinking about the Chargers and Joey Bosa. Okay, so San Francisco, they got Brock Purdy. That can be a tough game. I think the Bears can take them, though. I think the Bears can be much better than they were last year. And I think the Bears are going to be out for revenge this year, this time around. So this time, I think the Bears are going to go into San Francisco and win that game. So that took them to 13-3. And then we finish up with the Lions coming to Soldier Field in Chicago. And I had a beat the Lions week 1. You know what? Just out of respect for the Lions, I will give them this game, although I would not be surprised if the Bears won. But I'll have us losing to the Lions this time because they'll probably want revenge for what happened in their house. So the Lions will win the last game of the season. Hopefully by this time, it won't matter because the Bears will be firmly in the playoffs and we'll be resting people and things like that. So if we go back and look at the record here and my predictions, I predict the Bears to go 13-4 this year. And I think that's pretty realistic given the talent that they have, the coaching staff that they have. I think the Bears are going to be a vastly different team this year. See, here's the problem, right? Everybody looking at the Bears record last year at 5-12, right? They're looking at the Bears record, but I believe that the Bears were much better than their record last year. They just had terrible coaching. They were better coaching away from maybe being like 7-10 or 8-9 or 9-8. So you improved that team from last year, who that was already decent in my opinion. You improved them, and you give them a much better coaching staff with you got better players and draft picks on there. Oh, the sky's the limit, fam. So because of the better players and the improved coaching, 13-4 is where I'm at with the Bears team. I fully expect us to win the NFC North easily. I don't think anybody touching us in the division. I'm sorry, they're just not. I think Ben Johnson's going to own that division for a very long time because I just think he's that good. Caleb Williams is that good, and it's going to be great. It is going to be great. All right, Mr. Winston says, let me go back here to my regular camera here. He says, I got to go in 12-5 because of that bye week so early. I think we'll have a lot of down. I think we'll have a letdown against one of those teams we should beat. You might be right. I don't know. But again, I feel like Ben Johnson is so maniacal that I don't know if he's going to allow for a letdown, yo. But maybe fatigue catching up with us. That could be a good thing. But the Bears have some depth this year too. So if we can stay away from the injury bug, we got some quality depth on the team. So I think we'll be okay. But 12-5, 13-4, pretty similar. But I'm glad that we're on the same wavelength because I think that I feel like you, man. I feel like this team is going to be much better than people will give them credit for. I think the Bears are going to be a much improved team this year. And I think that people are ready for what the Bears are about to come with the NFL with. I think the Bears are about to come hard and come heavy at the NFL. And the league ain't ready, fam. The league ain't ready. But I am, and you are. And that's my prediction. So if y'all got any questions or comments about the prediction, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I am so excited to be a Bear fan and be on this journey with you all as we watch this team grow and mature this year. We got the best coaching candidate in the bunch in Ben Johnson. We got Caleb Williams under an actual NFL coach and not a bunch of buffoons this year. So that's going to be great. We got a good offensive line. If they stay healthy, they should be good. We got Dennis Allen as coordinator, who is actually more of an attacking coordinator, unlike Flus, who likes to sit back and let things get handed to him like a dummy. The team is going to be a lot better, man. I mean, just off of coaching alone, this team is going to be so damn improved. So, yeah, I think we're winning double-digit games easily. I got 13-4. Minter went at 12-5. I feel like it's going down, yo. It's going down. All right, Mr. Winston says that we're drafting a running back to help in those situations. Yeah, again, but we do have a Cal Manung guy, so hopefully he can come in there and take some of the load off of DeAndre and Roshan and things like that and produce. Maybe he could be RB1 by the time it's all said and done. I wouldn't mind that. DeAndre Swift is okay. He's all right, but he's no RB1 to me, man. He ain't an RB1. Spartacus says there's going to be a lot of close games. We should win all the close games that will give us 13-4. Yeah, I feel like the Bears have a better offense than a lot of the league. The only thing that we're missing is a running back. And I think that with the improvement to the offensive line, it should improve the running game. Also, Ben Johnson is going to use DJ Moore and Luther Burden III as running backs in the backfield. So that's going to give us a lot of diversity in offense. So, yeah, I think we're going to be pretty good. Erica says, the season can't come soon enough. That's what she said? Yep. She said, the season can't get here soon enough. She says, I think we will go 4-2 in the division. Yeah, like I said, the Packers aren't winning the game against the Bears. I know. We are going to sweep them. We should have swept them last year, fam. But the block field goal stopped that. So this year, it ain't going to come down to a block field goal. It's going to be an ass beating both times. We're stomping them out both times. It's a sweep. They're not beating us at all. Although she's less optimistic than I am. She said 10-7. Like I said, we win the 13 games in my opinion. I think 10-7 would be kind of a letdown. I mean, I guess it can't be a letdown. It'd be a vast improvement, but still. If we don't win at least 12 games, I'm going to be having questions like, bro, what's going on? How we not winning 12 games out here, bro? Jeep guys, 11 wins for him. Okay, all right, 11-6. Okay, that's doable. That's doable. Yeah, I'm going 12 or 13. I think 13 is very doable, but I mean, we get 10 or 11. Again, I just feel like the Bears were much better than their record last year, and I think that's the big thing for me. The record said we were 5-12, but we were so much more talented and better than a 5-12 team last year. And I think if you look at some of the coaching that was happening last year, that team should have won probably 3 or 4 more games last year. So now you bring in Ben Johnson with this particular coaching staff who is like ridiculous on the details, and you bring in a better offensive line and Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator, you can't help but get better. Like, this team's going to be a problem next year. Like, the Bears are going to win the NFC North next year easily. I don't think it's going to be a question. I think it's guaranteed damn near. I mean, I even made a video a few months ago telling you that we were going to win the NFC North. I told y'all this. I'm standing by. I ain't backing down. The Bears are going to win the NFC North easily. It's our division now. It took Ryan Poles a little bit longer than what it should have taken him, but I think this is the year that Ryan Poles is going to take the North and never give it back, yo. I think this is going to be the year. Eric says, I want to see proof on the field. Then I would say 12-5 or 13-4. Okay, you'll get your proof. You will get your proof. We will revisit this, Erica. We will revisit this. Mr. Winston said the coaching was 5-12 for sure. Yeah, the coaching was terrible. You eliminate those buffoons to bring in actual competent coaching. I think it's going to make a world of difference for this team. I just think it does. I think it's amazing. Eric says, imagine now having a real coach that knows how to use timeouts. Right. Timeout. Seriously. I mean, just the coaching upgrades alone are astronomical. Like, somebody called Matt Eberflus a generational loser, and that could not be more accurate. He really was a generational loser. And now we bring in a guy who wins a lot. I don't know if I'm going to call him a generational winner, but he wins a lot, and he knows how to win, and he knows what it takes to win in the modern day NFL. It is going to be such a different atmosphere around the Bears this year as opposed to last year. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. I can't wait. It's going to be great. All right. Eberflus, not Eberflus, Eberflus. Yeah, he was such a loser, yo. Like, bro, he was terrible, man. He was terrible. It's like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? But again, like I said, I appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with your boy again. If you guys are willing to support monetarily, there's a link pinned to the top of your live chat. Click on it and it will allow you to donate to me. Again, if you are willing and able to donate, please consider that. Doesn't matter how much you donate, no matter how big, no matter how small, whatever you could donate would be greatly, greatly appreciated, man. Still trying to get back on my feet now that I finally have a job again, but just started, so I'm still kind of in the hole financially. So if anybody wants to donate and help your boy out, would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, this Bears team is going to be fun to watch this year. I cannot wait. Now our preseason games. Let me see about how that schedule stuff. The preseason games here. Obviously, we're not going to know. We're not going to know much by the preseason game. But going to the schedule here, we got the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Obviously, that third preseason game not going to be much of anything because it's going to be a bunch of grubs going against each other. It's going to be a bunch of Amazon employees going against each other, yo. Dudes that are going to be at Amazon next week are going to be playing in week 3 of preseason, yo. But the Dolphins game and the Bills game obviously will be the one because that's like the dress rehearsal. But the Dolphins game, you might see a few things. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how we got an all AFC preseason, but that's what we got going on here. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah. Monday night, September 8th. Oh boy. The new era of Bear football begins. And it ain't going to be glorious. It ain't going to be biblical. And I am here for it. And so should you. So should you. All right. Eric says, if Bing can get Goff and the Lions to score 30 plus a game, imagine how many points he can get Caleb with more talent, right? And again, that's the thing that we need to realize. The Bears have more talent on our team than the Lions team did. So to Eric's point, if he can produce that output with the Lions, imagine what he's going to be able to do with Caleb Williams, a mobile quarterback, with the receivers that he has and the tight ends. Like, oh my Lord. Like, oh. Now, the one thing that the Bears don't have that the Lions did have are the running backs. They got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. The Bears ain't got running backs like that. But again, if the offensive line is improved, as we think it is, then the running game should be improved too. Because DeAndre Swift is all right. Roshan Johnson is what it is. But then we got Cal Manung guy who I think is going to be special if he gets some opportunity to get some carries. So I think the Bears running game can be okay. I'm not going to say it's going to be on par with the Lions because that's just not happening. We don't have the firepower, but still, I think it could be serviceable enough to threaten the opposing team with. It's not going to be world beating, but I think it'll give them enough of a change up from what the passing game will look like. So I got faith, man. I got faith. But the Bears definitely have better passing talent than the Lions do. Oh my Lord. Yeah, man. Yeah. But any other questions, thoughts, comments before we get up out of here? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Again, I think the big Caleb Williams news today is kind of irrelevant now because he is in a brand new Bears organization. The organization that he came into is no longer here. It doesn't exist anymore. So whatever thoughts and feelings that he had post 2024 season is completely different now with Ben Johnson and his staff in here. And yeah, you could just, whatever he felt last year, you can throw that away. It's a different ball game, bro. It is a different ball game. Eric says, I think Ian Willett could be special given a chance. Yeah, maybe, but again, he's also coming back from injury, so I don't want to put too much faith in him. But I mean, if he can stay healthy and he's okay coming off his injury, he can definitely compete for sure. Cause he got size, he got speed. So yeah, I think he's like a 4-3, 4-4 guy. So yeah, he can definitely provide some juice assuming he can stay healthy and make the team. So again, there's no guarantee he's gonna make the team, but if he can make the team, oh yeah, he can do some things. He can definitely do some things. I think we have to 12 people. I don't know why people don't watch these live streams. I have 1,200 subscribers on the channel, and shout out to y'all for subscribing. I got 1,200 subscribers, and I think there's 12 people on the stream is like the most I've had in any live streams. I don't know why more people don't come out for the live streams. Maybe because I don't advertise them enough. I don't know, but I did tell y'all in my video yesterday that I'll be live streaming today. So I don't know why more people don't show up for the live stream, but it's okay. I'm not gonna stop streaming. I love connecting with you all one-on-one and getting your thoughts and opinions on our beloved Chicago Bears. So I'll be here again. I live stream every Thursday night, or actually it wasn't gonna be every Thursday night because I gotta work. I work during the day now. So every Thursday night we'll be live streaming here, talking about all things Bears. Obviously, unless there's a Bears game going on, then probably not gonna be live streaming during the Thursday night Bears game. But other than that, when it is allowed and doable, I will be live streaming on Thursday nights here, rocking with you all talking all things Bear. But with that being said, I'll let y'all go. Thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream. Again, I don't keep these on the regular homepage. So if you want to watch any of the live streams of the past, they will be in the Bears Live playlist. So definitely go check that out for past live streams if you missed those. But before we get out of here, we got what is this? Test Vesticles says, I think this season could be like 2018, but better. No doubt, man. I agreed. I think that year Nagy won Coach of the Year. I think Ben Johnson could definitely win Head Coach of the Year for sure. Absolutely. But yeah, I will be back with a video tomorrow. And until then, y'all take care and bear down.